my channel. Hope you guys are having a great time. On this episode I brought you one of the interesting recipe for your dinner. It's a Russian dish and it's called Borscht. You can find a lot of variation on this recipe all over the internet or culinary books recipe, but there are a few ingredients that you have to include in order to complete this dish. However, you can use any kind of meat. And before we get started, if you're new to the channel, please subscribe and hit that bell icon so that you don't miss my future video. So sit back, relax and watch. Let's take 2 to 3 garlic clove, slit it and chop it roughly and put it in a bowl and keep it aside. Now we'll take around 1.5 carrot, which is pretty good size carrot, and cut it and roughly dice it. Now take around 2 to 3 stalk of fresh parsley and roughly chop it. We need around 2 tablespoons. And if you have a fresh dill, that's much better, but I'm not able to organize that, so I'm using a dry dill. I'll mix it with my parsley, around 1 to 2 teaspoons. Now mix them well and keep it in a bowl. Now take decent size of 2 beetroot, as I'm only making for 5 persons, so I'm not using both beetroot, so I'll be using 1.5 size. So knock off the head part, knock off the bottom, peel off the skin and roughly dice it. Once it's done, keep it in a bowl. And now we'll take around 200 to 300 gram of cabbage, wash it nicely, cut it and then dice it. Once they are done, put it in the bowl, keep it aside. Now we'll take around 2 medium size of potato. Now you can use a baby potato as well. Wash it, peel it and dice it. Now we'll take around 1 big size of onion, dice it again. Once you are done, keep it in a bowl. Now we'll also need 2 stalk of celery stick. Wash them properly and then we're gonna dice it again. Now take around 2 medium size of tomato, peel it off and cook it in a medium flame just to make a paste of it. However, you can use a tomato puree or tomato pulp that comes in the can, but I prefer a fresh. So now you can use any kind of meat, beef, chicken, turkey, ham, whatever you like. So basically those were a major ingredient that you have to use, but except those you can add anything. As I mentioned you earlier, even this recipe has a lot of variation depending on the region. So if you can organize some fresh green beans from the garden, that's much better. Now let's take a pan or a oak or a pot, whatever you have. Put some oil, heat it up. Now fry them up for a couple of minutes just to give them golden brown color. After a couple of minutes, flip them over. Then crack some black pepper and around a half teaspoon of salt and fry it for a few more minutes. Then flip it over again. Just follow this procedure until you get your choice of golden color. Once they are done, take them off and put it in the bowl. Now add some salted butter on your pan. In doing so, the butter will help your recipe to enhance the flavor and gives you that smoothness. Once your butter is melted, add a celery on top, then fry it for 2 to 3 minutes. Then add diced carrot, fry it a little bit more, Then add your onion. Here you can use white onion or yellow onion as well. Now mix it well. Fry it for 5 to 10 minutes until your mixture is soft and your onion is translucent. Once the mixture is translucent, add your chopped garlic. Stir it nicely. Mix them well. Then add your half teaspoon of cumin powder, half teaspoon of coriander powder, and around 1 teaspoon of sugar. You can use brown sugar as well, just to give that extra sweetness. Mix them well. Fry them for a couple of minutes on a medium flame. Just make sure your mixture is not sticking on the bottom of the pan. After a couple of minutes, add your chicken or any meat that you are using. Mix them nicely. Fry it for a couple of minutes. Then add diced beetroot. Stir it nicely just to blend the flavor of every ingredients together. Then add 4 cups of chicken broth. If you're using red meat like beef, use beef broth. Now add around same amount of water, 4 cups, or make sure your mixture is covered with the liquid by 1 inch. Crack some black pepper. Add some generous amount of salt on top. Then we're gonna add our tomato paste or puree, whatever you're using. Mix them well and lid it up. Once it reaches its boiling temperature, lower the heat and let it cook for 1 hour. After 1 hour, add diced potato and set a timer for 15 minutes. We're gonna cook this mixture for next 15 minutes in low heat. After 15 minutes, lid off and make sure potato is cooked. And it's also good time to taste your mixture. If required, add some extra spices or salt. And if you think everything is fine, then add your chopped cabbage. Then mix them well. And by default, this soup has to be colorful or red. Now cook this mixture for 1 or 2 minutes, but make sure you don't overcook your cabbage. Then add generous amount of chopped parsley and dill on top. Mix it well just to spread that aroma of parsley and dill. Turn off your heat and serve it in a bowl with some bread or without bread. And if you're serving this soup without bread, just add generous amount of sour cream on top. That goes really well with this soup. It's a really good recipe for winter, or you can try it in summer as well. It's totally up to you. And finally, you can garnish this with some extra parsley or dill or even cilantro. It's up to you. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you liked it, please give it a big thumbs up. And you can try this recipe on your kitchen as well. I can leave this ingredient description down below, or you can make it your version of borscht and you can share with me on the comment section below. Feel free to comment. I'm always open to the comment and suggestion. If you are new to this kitchen, please do not forget to subscribe and hit that bell icon so that you don't miss my future video. And if anyone from Russia region is watching this video, if you find any mistakes, please ignore it. This is my first attempt. And if you're new to this channel, please do subscribe and hit that bell icon so that you don't miss my future video. Till then, I'll see you next week around same day, same time. Peace out from New Zealand. Bye for now.